Good morning. This is Marcie Hill, and I am here with social media speaker Marki Lemons-Rhyal. Thank you for agreeing to interview with me today, Marki, because I wanted to speak with you about preparing for presentations. And this came about because I had a presentation last month, and it wasn't a bad experience, but I think it could have been more efficient. I could have been efficient. I know I had tweeted you a couple questions, and I said, you know what, it would be easier just to have a conversation. And if I can use the information, I know someone else could too. So I wanted to know your experience because you are everywhere, online and off. And I want to just hear how you prepare for your presentations, including the tools you use, any social media tools you use, as well as how do you manage interacting with individuals as you're presenting or interact with individuals online or on your social media sites while you're presenting, any apps you use, and anything else you can tell us about preparing for presentations and being efficient.
Okay, well, my name is Marki Lemons-Rhyal. I am a social media speaker. However, I have been a educator since 1993. So 23 years in education from ages 7 to 93. I work for the Chicago Public Schools, grammar school and high school. I've been teaching on the collegiate level since 1996, once I got my MBA degree. And I'm a pretty efficient person. I like to use tools. I like to be 100% prepared and have all bases covered before I go and do an event. And so when you say preparing, are we talking about from content creation, or are we talking about you've been booked for an event, now what do you do? Where are we starting?
We're starting with you've been booked for an event, now what you do. But then if you could speak on the content preparation, that would be great too.
Okay. I generally prepare PowerPoints and a short handout unless I'm teaching a continuing education course. If I'm teaching a continuing education course, it's likely to come with a workbook. Each state is different. When I prepare my content, because I want to be able to engage with people after the fact that we've met, I will do a landing page or lead digits, which are both through lead pages. And I will have a text this to this, and you can download either the PowerPoint or the handout. I do that for two reasons. First, I don't want to pay for printing. Two, most people, I don't know anybody who's leaving home without their mobile devices, okay? With that being said, I always check to see what are going to be our Wi-Fi capabilities if I intend on people downloading the content. So that's a question I ask in advance. If not, I send them a handout, and I'll print a couple, because you're going to always have someone who either A, the lead digits number doesn't go through, their device can't load, they can't download PDF, you name it. But my goal is to not have to print and take materials.
That's great. That's super for efficiency.
Well, and see, the beautiful thing about this is when I do lead pages is connected to my customer relationship management system. So not only do I deliver to you the handout, I also set up a drip email campaign telling you more about me and the other services that I can offer you.
And can you explain what a drip campaign is?
Okay, so I use currently, and actually I'm in the process of changing my services. Hold on one second. I am actually muting my Google because I don't want it to pop up. Currently, I use Infusionsoft. And so I use a email marketing customer relationship management system. I happen to generally use the Cadillac Mercedes versions of those systems. So what'll happen is I use lead pages, Infusionsoft. Lead pages gives me lead digits, lead boxes, and lead pages. I prefer to use the lead digits. That means I have 10 different codes that I can use. If you text, Marcie to 33444, it'll deliver whatever I put in the system to deliver you. So I'm going to always deliver you the content from the class, packaged in a PDF as an upload. You're sitting right there. It's my it's generally the second slide, but I make it the first slide before class starts. You're downloading the content. You're getting ready for me to come on. And what happens is you text the code. The code asks you the email. It sends you back the content via email. But because I connected the lead pages to Infusionsoft, you also get a, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Marki Lemons-Rhyal email. And then every 3 days for a couple, I think 3, 6, 9, 12, for 12 days, you get another email from me with, how to use if this, then that, how to set up Evernote. After that, you go into receive my monthly newsletter.
Okay.
So all that is set up before I get there.
That's wonderful. That's a tip that everyone can use, especially people who are not familiar with email campaigns.
And I'm pretty sure you could use something like, you don't have to use lead pages. You can get a standalone landing page off of Fiverr, off of Envato, and pay for it one time and just have your landing page. Okay. And then I think you might be able to tie it to something like the HubSpot. They have a free customer relationship management tool. And you want to collect emails, telephone numbers, so that you can follow up.
Okay. Taking notes. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's before the presentation.
That's before the presentation. I'm doing this if I'm running behind, 24 hours before. If I'm not running behind, maybe 72 hours or up to a week before the presentation, because I have to submit my final presentation anyway. And so I'm going to put it all together. I'm going to set up a lead digits. Doesn't take me long. It takes 2 minutes. I already have the email marketing campaign set up because I'm speaking, anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week. And so that's set up. Everybody getting the same system. And it just works behind the scene.
Okay, and then so now we're approaching the day of the presentation. What do you do to prepare for the presentation?
I go back and I check the itinerary, like, am I flying? Who has the best parking? All that stuff. I carry a 3-ring binder with me. The reason I carry a 3-ring binder with me with airline tickets printed, vouchers, because it only takes one time for you to pay for something. And the voucher says must be printed. And they don't scan mobile devices or none of that, right?
Right.
Exactly. So I think I lost like $26 at an airport on transportation one time because I did not print the voucher. So I come back and I put together a 3-ring binder for every trip that I take. The contact information for the people I'm working with. I take, my contract just so in case something comes up, even though it's on my device. I print out train, bus ticket, hotel confirmation, voucher, everything in this binder. I then have my handout and I have my PowerPoint. And on occasion, like today, what I have in my purse, in my bag, I tend to also carry a few thank you notes with me. And I have my thank you notes printed and ready to go before I ever get there. Okay.
Nice.
This way. So I have these all ready to go. So that's.
Oh, and who do you give your thank yous to?
I give my thank you notes generally to the person who hired me.
Okay.
for anyone who might have been of assistance at the event. And then if I meet someone new and they talk about hiring me then, they pay me a compliment, I'll send them an email. I'll send them a card.
Oh, nice.
Now, these cards are very inexpensive. I probably should stop saying that. They're like 30, 40 cents. These are photo cards from Walgreens. So I wait for the coupon to come up, and people keep them because they don't view them as a card. They view them as a photo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about the packing of we know you don't do paper often, and you have your 3-ring binder. When it's time for equipment, what do you use? Which equipment do you use, and bags and other carrying cases to lug that stuff?
I like to minimize my overall bag. Okay, so I have bags inside of a bag, but I don't like carrying a bunch of different bags. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I carry a daily little mini bag. I carry another bag, and they all go into one of 2 bags. If it's a local event, I will generally use a roller bag if I have to take a projector.
Okay.
So I have my own projector. My preference is not to take a projector. Not only do I take the projector, I have a regular extension cord, 2-prong, and then I have a surge protector, 3-prong.
Okay.
Because you'll be amazed at who don't have 3-prong outlets. So it depends on where I'm traveling to. Generally, if I'm traveling by plane, and let's say I'm going to a national conference, I know that I'm going to have to commute from the from the hotel to the venue. I might have to do some walking, some networking, all day events. I'm going to carry a backpack.
Okay.
So I wear a backpack. And any other bags, they have to have rollers. Okay. So I have my roller bag local, my backpack only for travel. On occasion, though, I will have the opportunity, and I'm just local. If it's a fancy event, I carry a Louis Vuitton briefcase. If it's not a fancy event, I carry like a briefcase type of bag. So this is my daily briefcase type of bag. It carries my computer. It carries everything. Okay.
Okay.
But it's an inexpensive bag. I definitely pay attention to who my customers are.
Okay, so it does matter.
Oh, yes. If I am dealing with luxury brands, I look luxury. If I'm not dealing with luxury brands, I look, I always try to be the best dressed person in the room, but not to the point I'm disconnected from the audience.
That makes sense.
So, so if I'm showing up, if I'm going to do an event, let's say in Inglewood, and I'm doing it with young adults, I'm not going to go in, Gucci loafers, St. John knit suit, diamond shell watch and a Louis Vuitton briefcase. I'm not no. I'm going to go with, I might wear a 2-piece ensemble with a flat patent leather loafer and a patent leather bag.
Okay.
I'm still going to be the best dressed person in the room, but not to the point I'm disconnected.
Well, if you're in Inglewood, all you need is a pair of Jordans.
Yeah, well, no, I'm still the authority. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I'm just saying.
If I was speaking at a Jordan event or a sports event, I might wear Jordans. Okay. I actually might wear if I was at a sports event, I might put on a really nice jogging suit with some rhinestone gym shoes. So I do. Okay. I plan and coordinate. And if I'm on the road and I'm teaching multiple days, I color coordinate my outfits so I can reduce the amount of shoes, because I do not like taking a lot of bags. So if I go someplace and I'm there more than a day, I'm gonna either wear all blue, all beige and brown, all red, or all black.
So they can go with the same pair of shoes?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm very anal about how often I rewear my clothes. And so if I am on the road like 4 consecutive weeks, right? And and generally during the spring and the fall convention seasons in the world of real estate, I could easily, leave home on Monday and I might not make it back home till Friday, and I could have hit 3 cities. With that being said, I'm going to color coordinate, but I'm going to plan the wardrobe for the entire month. And each week is a different color coordination.
What? So explain that, please. So if you have, just say, we're still in the early part of June. So if you had an event this week, you wear blue every day, or will you just say, how do you do that?
Okay.
Explain it. I see it, but I'm trying to.
Let's say a couple of months ago, I was Arkansas, Colorado, came home, and then let's say I went to DC, and I was in DC for 3 weeks. When okay. I have 3 pieces of luggage, and I will pre-pack my bags. Now, my life is a little different than a lot of other people's lives. Generally, so the dynamics of my house is I have a 20-year-old son who's at Howard University. I also have a 9-year-old son. My husband is a locomotive engineer. Okay. So when I'm thinking about, I'm going to be on the road for 4 weeks, I'll just be at home on the weekend. I'm thinking about what my weekends look like. One, I want to spend quality time with my husband and my children when I'm at home. I will pack my bags so that when I'm at home, only thing I'm taking out of the bag, putting into the other bags would be all of my equipment, my cosmetic bag, my makeup bag, and I will replenish my cosmetic bag. So when I say the coordination, Arkansas to Colorado, I might have wore all beige that week. So I might take a Aspen beige St. John knit suit, right? The next day, another beige or brown ensemble. The next day, something else beige and brown. It reduces the amount of jewelry. It reduces the amount of pair of shoes. I generally always have 3 pair of shoes, though. The shoes I'm wearing, a dressier shoe, and then if my feet start hurting type of shoe. Yes. And so I have 2 pair of shoes in the bag, my underwear, my stockings, all that great stuff. Well, I'll have the next week bag already packed. Let's say it had all red in it. It might be a red suit, a red dress, a red pair of pants, a couple of tops if I thought I was going to mix in and out of the outfits. And they're already packed and ready to go beforehand. Because not only do I have to pack my luggage, I have to pack my youngest son's luggage because he often will stay with my aunt and uncle.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not just me. I couldn't even imagine, I come home late on a Friday night. I might have a Sunday or a Friday flight out. I'm going to do laundry, spend time with everybody, pack, unpack. Mm-mm. Now, the next thing I'm pretty anal about, I do not go to bed when I come back from a trip without unpacking.
Yeah, I'm like that as soon as I get in.
Yeah.
But as far as efficiency, your level of efficiency with packing, that's not me. I'm going to, after this conversation, I will rethink what I'm doing.
Are you like my son who he's going back to college, like tomorrow, and will go party tonight? I'll hear him downstairs at 2 a.m. in the morning trying to get his luggage together. I crack up.
No, it's not that bad. I have my stuff packed 3 days before and then have my list. And you know how you have now that morning at 2 o'clock, probably rechecking the list before I go to bed. But yeah, it's not as efficient as a week before, even though the reservation was made a month ago. Yeah, I'm not that efficient.
Yeah, I pack in advance. And then I don't want the people on the road to have seen any of the outfits I might have worn the week or 2 before because they saw Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter. So I tend to now I don't plan like that if I'm at home not working. If I'm at home not working, I'm probably gonna wear black every single day. But when I travel, I already know I'm going.
So do you have a huge wardrobe just because of your travels? Or, I mean, I know you love shoes. I know that.
I've always had a lot of clothes.
Okay.
My wardrobe, I would not say is huge because I've gone through a lot of purging recently. I still have a lot of clothes, but I have a very tailored wardrobe. And so I prayed to stop buying items I did not need. When I go shopping, I pick out items based on two things. Three things: fun, date night, and work.
Okay.
But just to buy that random item, because I like the color, which is what I used to do, I don't do that. So my shoes, I'm thinking either they gym shoes and I'm running around with the kid, it's something sexy to go on date night, or it's a work shoe. So my shoes are three categories. If it's anything else, I don't buy shoes anymore with the heels out, the little flat ones, because as a speaker you slide, okay? And I'm a walking speaker. I wear always some type of sole support on any shoes that I want my foot held in the shoe. And so there are certain shoes I just would never buy.
So do all your shoes have heels, or are they just comfortable?
I no longer wear heels because I have unilateral osteoarthritis of the knees. I am holding on to heels for some dumb reason. They told me there's no reason that a woman should ever wear heels.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It's nothing over 1 inch. That any doctor will tell you that. Anything over 1 inch is going to damage you in some form or fashion.
Really?
Yeah.
And I just started wearing 4-inch heels.
Yeah.
But that's more so because of the height thing.
Yeah, I got cute shoes, that drop me off at the front door, tiptoe shoes. But I tend to work in a low or a loafer. My feet, I'm always about comfort. So like this week, the other day I wore a Jeffrey Campbell shoe with gold studs on it. Yesterday I wore I think they're like a Giuseppe. I think that might be how you pronounce it. With cutouts. So I wear, a pretty stylish shoe. But my feet are always going to be comfortable. I got too many other things to think about.
Right, you have a lot going on.
I do not sacrifice. Some people are, they will sacrifice comfort for beauty. That is not me. Under no circumstances.
Well, I do want to, and this is a random topic, because I saw one of your photos you took, and you had this, and I know it's a Calvin Klein black and white blazer, and it has a little frilly things in the front, a frilly design in front.
I know.
So I saw that, and I bought one because I saw it, and I was like, dang, Marki has it. What kind of top should I wear with that? Look, I know this is random, but I need a cute top to go with it, because I said I cannot go out here looking any kind of way.
So I bought
in this blazer.
I bought that at Nordstrom's Rack. I
Okay.
wanted with a couple of different tops. I generally wear it with a cotton top that's fitted, so it'll cling to the body and it'll lay flat because you have the ruffles on the front. But I also put a belt on with the top because it flings open. And I think about my clothes when I'm speaking. Even though I like ruffles, I can't have ruffles distracting people and flying all over the place. So anything that flies and moves too much, I don't buy it. It has no place in my wardrobe.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've worn a green top and accented it with green. I've worn red. I've worn a black tank top with it. I wore a black tank top with it recently, and I'm elated that I did because the event was in a basement and they didn't have their air wasn't working. Oh my goodness, it was hot.
So tank tops are recommended as long as they're classy and they work.
They work, and you have no intentions on taking off your jacket.
Right. Okay. So we're at the wardrobe. We're packing. What type of tools do you carry with you? We know you prefer, you take your projector if you need to. And I have taken, and this is my last presentation, I had my clicker the projector, my clicker, handouts, and I felt that I had everything, but then I came back and wondered if I was missing anything.
What? My bag is expanding. I call myself reducing the bag. Now that I'm doing live stream and video for a lot of the events. Thank you. I don't like to overpack all those bags. Oh, it's too much to manage. And let me say this, right. I am very proud to say I've never left anything, ever. But I'm going to clarify that. In a hotel, never. I'll come home with everything I leave with. I have left my charger one time at the Greater Northern Indiana Association of Realtors. But everything other than that, I come home with my stuff because I don't have so many bags. So with that being said, now I am carrying a selfie stick, a mini tripod, and a tripod because of the streaming video, because of Periscope, because of Facebook Live, heck, because of Snapchat.
Okay.
So I carry those 3 devices. I carry a short and a long lavalier mic. So that's the long one.
And how often do you have to use those? Had you have to use your own equipment when you were out speaking for other, for other organizations?
I make the assumption I'm going to always use my equipment. And if they have their equipment, great. A lot of organizations have old, antiquated equipment.
Yeah, I'm noticing that with my roller skating presentation.
Yeah.
Because one place, my video in my presentation did not work.
Right. So, and I asked, I just spoke at Inman. And Inman, I asked them, could I use Prezi? Well, they had to check with the convention center because they had to check the equipment to see if they could do Prezi versus PowerPoint. I said, don't worry about it. I'll do PowerPoint. I also make the assumption that the Wi-Fi might be shaky. So I always have a backup plan if I don't have Wi-Fi.
And what is your backup plan?
My backup plan is anything I was going to talk about. I should have enough screenshots of it in the presentation. Okay.
And then stepping back just a second, what is Prezi for people who don't know?
Prezi is it's not PowerPoint, a way of presenting data that allows you to zoom in and zoom out. And it looks more like a major map as opposed to individual slides.
Okay. Because I did one Prezi presentation, but I just want you to explain it because I've only used it once. Mm-hmm. And do you use it often?
No.
Okay.
There's some other tools I would master before Prezi.
Such as?
Adobe Spark, which is brand spanking new. So I would do more video before I would go into Prezi.
Okay.
I also carry a audio recorder.
And what do you use your audio recorder for?
Well, I speak roughly 8,500 words an hour. So I take the recorder so I can repurpose the content and do audio to text transcriptions for writing my books, my blog posts, course content recorder. I use a very cheap and old clicker.
But it works.
Well, here's the thing to me. We are already managing so much. If you have a fancy clicker, okay, do you know how to work the fancy clicker? Are you going to remember what button is what as you walk in? See, I walk and talk. And so I'm not trying to fumble around to remember what button, in addition to tell a joke, make sure that my handout is in alignment with the PowerPoint slides. This is just another distraction. And so people don't use the clicker the correct way anyway. If I see another speaker walk in front of their projector without blacking out the light, I'm going to scream. Hit the button so you can walk and it's no light. I don't understand that. And I mean, these are like professionals. And I'm like, you don't know how to use they didn't come to Toastmasters.
They did not.
No. Click and then walk. And so, they're very fancy. I tend to always take mine and like to use it because every time I'm standing there with somebody from tech and I gotta, you gotta play with the buttons. So cheap, inexpensive. This is Targus. I've had this for at least 10 years and it works just fine. What else? Oh, I carry all of my adapters for my mobile devices because I also have the ability to do screen share from the devices and I teach a lot of mobile classes. So we got Samsung, iPad, and then the VGA HDMI converter.
Okay. And I was going to ask you about that too. Conducting presentations from your mobile phone.
Mm-hmm.
What tools, which tools do you need to make that happen? Because, do you need an HDMI cord to project onto the screen? Because that's probably, I don't know what, I don't know what they're called.
I use an HDMI cord if I'm going to do a presentation without a projector to a flat screen television.
Okay. And that's from the mobile phone to the flat screen television.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have a tool on my computer called Sync that I don't have to use the cord that goes with my phone. So it's a Samsung app.
Okay.
Samsung. Actually, I'll reduce this screen and tell you what that tool is. It's Side Sync. Oh, and I also carry a Ethernet converter too.
And what is it?
Oh, if Ethernet, I can go hardwire as opposed to Wi-Fi.
Okay. Oh, if you had to go back to traditional internet usage.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes. Even though I back up to the cloud, so I use Dropbox and Google Drive, and I have them synced to one another. I still carry USB drives.
Okay, so do I.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh,
that's the only thing you have pulled out that I use outside of the clicker.
I have my singer's voice for ensuring you don't have when your throat gets dry or you're becoming hoarse. Got that. I also carry my breath drops just to make sure when people walking up on you, your breath is fresh. I carry my earbuds, my chapstick. A lipstick does not work when you're talking as much as I talk. And a backup battery to my clicker.
Okay. So you know what? After this conversation, I'm going to make a list of things Marki use.
Now, let me say this. Because I travel a lot and rent a cars, I carry my car charger too.
Okay.
Just because I was out in Arkansas and I didn't have it and I needed to charge in the car. So I went out and bought one exclusively for my work bag.
Okay. And then earlier you mentioned the extension cord as well as a
USB and a regular old 2-prong extension cord.
Okay.
I actually carry 2 sets of earbuds, and I told you I carry 2 lavalier mics. One is short, one is not short. And I also carry a power pack.
And what does a power pack do?
In case I run out of in case I'm out and about,
okay,
because I do streaming video, if something stops working.
Okay. So that is a lot in that. How big is that bag you carry?
Now I carry 2 bags. So this is my true go do a presentation bag. This is just
Okay.
my daily out and about bag.
Okay. So that let me look at my paper. So you mentioned when you're doing your presentations, and okay, let me just go back to the Periscope because I know you did a Periscope presentation for Dante's was it Blogapalooza
We did
event?
do that. Yes, we did.
Do you interact on your other social media profiles when you're on Periscope? Because you use your phone for Periscope, right?
Do I use my phone for Periscope?
Yes.
Yes, I do. Or my iPad. Let me say one thing real quick. Carrie Bay Little just joined us. Carrie, why don't you hop in? Carrie Bay is a digital analytic MRED instructor, and she had carried some tools I don't carry. I think she speaks probably 3 to 5 times a week, just like I do. Her car has more equipment in her car than I carry in my car. I don't know if she'll be able to join us. It's contingent on if she's driving. Well, I don't think she would be driving and hopping on Blair, but if she could hop in, that would be great, but I don't know what she looks like. So Carrie, if you feel like, hop in and tell us about some of the additional equipment that you carry. So you said and Carrie and I were actually the ones who did the presentation together for Dante.
Okay.
Okay. So you said you were asking a question. I'm sorry.
Oh, which tools? Well, I was asking if you used your cell phone for I can't talk, for Periscope, and then you say you either use your phone or your tablet.
I use when I'm doing live streaming video, I actually use both devices. I will do Facebook Live on one device and Periscope on the other device.
Oh, so you're streaming both at the same time?
Yes.
Oh, nice. And Periscope, do they record? Because I've never used it. So when you're doing Periscope, are your recordings saved? Okay.
All the live streaming videos have the ability to record, to save the recording to the device itself. And now Periscope is saving the Periscope so they don't disappear in 24 hours. There was a tool out called Catch, KATCH.me, where it was catching your Periscopes, but I think they closed down on May the 6th. And so probably Carrie and I did an event the day of Inman, the day after Inman. So maybe a week or so, Periscope now will store the Periscopes.
Oh, nice.
But it's also saved to your device.
And do you interact with individuals on your other site that like Facebook and
here she comes. So let me say this. Yes, but the way I have it set up is I will. Oh, she's in the car.
I got like 60 seconds.
Okay.
Tell them what you got in your trunk. What for speaking? What do you carry with you? What's in your tool bag?
Oh, well, you can kind of see it's in my back seat right now. I have a projector. I have cables for my Mac computer. I have HDMI and I have VGA. I also have connectors for my iPad, and I have 2 tripods in my trunk. And I know it's going to sound crazy, but I always keep batteries because I always go to someone else's office and their equipment doesn't work because their batteries died.
Oh, wow. So we all should carry batteries always. Okay.
Well, maybe.
Do you carry microphones with you?
So I just thought and I have microphones. Actually, my microphones are in my purse because I have the smaller tripod in my purse. So I have that lavalier. It's always in my purse.
Okay. Do you guys have suggestions on where we get the lavaliers?
I do Amazon or TJ Maxx and Marshall's in the line before you get out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the checkout line. But
So
Carrie, you like Nordstrom's Rack, right?
Nordstrom Rack has good stuff, but TJ Maxx and Ross are usually cheaper.
TJ Maxx and Ross? I didn't even know they.
Yeah.
I don't even think about them with electronics.
That checkout line.
It depends on where you go, because out in the suburbs where I am in Illinois, they always have something. So, but I would say Amazon has been my friend, because I also have, I don't carry this with me unless I have to, but I have lights that I can pack. I have cases for all of my lights. So far, I haven't really taken them with me. Maybe I should bring them with me Saturday, right, Marki?
Oh yeah.
But so I'm going to jump off because I have to go in here and teach class.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
thank you so much for coming in.
See you later.
Have a great day.
Now, for people who don't teach technology, a lot of things we mentioned they don't need.
Okay.
It depends. Because I'm seeing a lot of people, they don't know anything about PowerPoint. And I'm not saying, because I teach tech, essentially, I show people steps, okay? I did a coaching session at Inman. I had 10 slides in my deck. I didn't have more than 3 or 4 words on any slide.
And that's another lesson. We'll have another conversation. Actually, we should get together and do a PowerPoint presentation workshop. There's a lot of workshops we need, especially just from the conversation that we just had about efficiency.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty efficient. Yeah, I like to be efficient. I need to have I have to have order. The order with a little disorder, but it's intentional disorder. And so yeah, but those are the things that I'm using. I record everything. I repurpose. And one of the tools that I like to use with people that I meet, I use Evernote, and I scan all business cards.
Okay, so we're going to, and could you explain why Evernote is highly recommended?
Evernote is a productivity tool, and I want you to think of it like you would think of a file cabinet with files, with the exception that it isn't all paper files. So you're able to add photos, video, audio, attachments, and each note is essentially a standalone web page because it has its own distinct URL.
Okay.
So
I'll be looking to Evernote after this conversation too.
Yeah, I want to take a look. I have, I think I probably have about 600 business cards that I've scanned. And that means that if I have 600 business cards scanned, I have 600 new contacts. I've connected with them on LinkedIn. They're in Evernote, and they're also in my Google contacts. And now, because I am going to leave Infusionsoft and go with Active Campaign, every new contact inside of my Google contacts is automatically pushed into my customer relationship management system.
And who's your provider?
I'm officially migrating to Active Campaign. And the reason I picked Active Campaign, well, 1, it's more cost effective. 2, it's more intuitive. 3, the coaching is less. But the biggie is that it is a Chicago-based company, and I can meet with them face to face.
Active Campaign.
So I have a meeting with them Friday morning. I have 588 business cards scanned. I've connected with every last one of them people.
Really? And see, I need to talk to you after this conversation.
Every last one, and every last one of them, because it's their business card is attached, the contact information, they're all in my Google contacts. And if they're on LinkedIn, we've connected on LinkedIn.
Nice. Yeah. I'll be taking these notes and calling you back after this one. And I think it was 9:55, and I would like to ask you just a couple more things as far as preparing. Well, you did mention how you prepare for your presentations. Do you have any tips and advice for people who are just starting as far as, or anything as far as preparation and efficiency?
Go to Toastmasters. I probably need to come back to Toastmasters. Toastmasters I think it's the most valuable tool for any speaker. And when I look at some of the most successful speakers in my sphere of influence, all of them came through Toastmasters. I will
Really?
also say this. I would say not only go to Toastmasters, but enter the humorous speech contest, because everyone who's successful in my sphere of influence has done well in the humorous speech contest.
Really?
Yeah.
Everyone. And if I find the pictures, when I go back to my pictures, if I find the pictures of you at the district conference, I will definitely send it to you, because I did take pictures.
Yeah. And people, I don't think of myself as humorous. I think I'm kind of dry humor. Like, I'm a signifying type of humor, not just naturally funny. Ha ha ha. And I don't even come with the purpose of telling a joke. I come with the purpose of just telling you like it is. But people tell me all the time that they find me to be humorous. Even my speech then wasn't necessarily funny as what my son told me not to do, right? In them Gucci pumps. Right. He's such a mess. And so I would say Toastmasters, a humorous speech contest, and practice your craft consistently. One of my goals for this year is to be the most innovative instructor in my field by teaching people how to repurpose every bit of content that they make.
And when you give any of those workshops, let me know. I will be there.
No problem. Thank you for having me today. Oh, let's see. Stepped away. Oh, do you have a dedicated separate roller bag beyond your purse bag for these items? How does it work if traveling plane? Yes, I do have a separate dedicated roller bag. When I travel, I take it out. Oh, so let me say this. When I fly, I do not use my roller bag. I take it out and I put it into my book bag, because I'm going to have another roller bag already. And so when I'm in Chicago, I do have a dedicated roller bag. It, contingent upon the event, dictates what bag I might take it out and put it in. But if you were to come to my house, all of these items are stored in one roller bag, and I will plan that bag the night before. So I might have a different bag every single day. On Tuesday, I taught in Milwaukee. So I knew I was going to take Uber to the train station and take a train and get an Uber again from the train station to the venue. I had a roller bag. Okay. Yesterday, I taught in Northwest Indiana. I didn't take the Uber bag. I didn't take the roller bag. I just took the blue bag here to Indiana with me. I did have all of these bags in that bag because not only did I teach a 3-hour face-to-face class, and I knew I wasn't going to use my tripod or any of that, but it was in the trunk anyway. I also had to conduct a webinar from Indiana for another real estate association. And so I made sure I brought my headphones. And so I'm planning every day. It might be a different bag contingent upon the location. My preference is to always carry a book bag.
And do you have a to-do list to check off things that you need, or everything is just already packed?
Everything is already packed. And anything like, I don't have to refill this, but anything that, like my personal hygiene that requires a refill, whenever I come home and my unpack process, I check everything in the bag, baby oil, hair moisturizer, all that. And I replenish it and I put it in the next bag.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I don't need a checklist because I'm going to do my same process every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I believe that's all I have for today.
No problem. I appreciate it.
Wait a minute. Let me just check my
stop your record.
Oh no, I just wanted to check my question right quick just to make sure we have everything. If you answered all the few questions I had, but you went into more than what I expected, which was amazing. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you for your time, Marki.
Thank you, Diana. Have a good day.
Thanks for coming on, Diana.
Okay.
And you guys have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.